It's time to choose your fate. Choose your fate tarot. Right. So if you're stuck with a decision, do I do this? Do I do that? Left path, right path. These are ideal. Okay. As somebody, as one of my followers said, they reminded me back in the 80s and 90s, you used to get these books called fighting fantasy books, and you'd read the story, and then it would say, normally you'd have to roll a dice or something like that. I didn't bother. I just went, "Oh, which path am I going to choose?" And then you'd turn to a different page. So they're kind of like that, but real life. Right. So get path A or choice A clearly in your mind for me, please, and then we'll go on to path or choice B and see what that says. Right. So let's give them a good shuffle. These are available to purchase in the same day guaranteed recorded list. They're still on sale up until the 18th of January at 18 quid. You can book phone and video chat as well on there from 20 quid. Right, so choice A, path A. Right, so we start off with the King of Cups in the reverse. Cups, water, emotions. Court cards can be an energy within ourselves, can be the energy of somebody else around us. Kings are masculine energy, queens are feminine energy. In tarot, we talk about energy, not gender. So it can be a man, woman, somebody non-binary, an environmental or collective. So in the upright position, the King of Cups is very much, I'm here for you, I love you, I support you, now go get me, tiger. I've got your back. Reverse position, some kind of toxic masculine, emotionally manipulative energy, or you're going to upset somebody who's in their masculine energy. We then got the Five of Wands in the reverse. Wands, fire, action. Upright position, this is the fight or fallout card. They're all having at it with the wands. Reverse position, well, it can talk about frustration. Reverse position, it can talk about dropping some frustration or kind of giving up on a fight. Knight of Wands in the reverse. Wands, fire, action again. Knights don't have the knowledge or experience of the kings and the queens, more so than the pages, but they're more about forward motion. So this knight's about taking action. It's in the reverse position. So either somebody's not going to come forwards or there's going to be no action taken. Let's continue. Right, Two of Swords. Swords there where we think words be used. So we've got the lady there with a blindfold on. So she's not seeing the situation as it really is. Left path, right path, stick or twist. Okay, not making a decision. We then got the Emperor. So the Emperor is what we call the divine masculine. He's like the kings, but he's combined. He's a good ruler, he's a good leader, he's wise, he's knowledgeable, he's firm but fair, he's not afraid of fire, he's not afraid of change. Overall outcome card. Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Pentacles, earth, money, finance, non-financial wealth. That's what we're investing our time, efforts and energies in. So we've got the two homeless figures trudging through the snow. One at the front's looking down, little Timmy on his crutches looking up. Christ almighty, what we're going to do here, left out in the cold. Now, the pentacles are in the stained glass window of the church there. The idea is that they lift the head above the parapet, see the church is there, go inside, get some help. Reverse position, feeling left out in the cold, but realising that there is support there, right? Obstacles or blockages. Five of Cups in the reverse. Cups, water, emotions. Upright position, we've got the figure in black. They're in black because the mourning or grieving. The mourning or grieving, the three cups that have fallen over. They're not seeing the two that are behind them. In the reverse position, it's when we kind of get into this energy of it's okay to be angry, sad, piddled off, annoyed. Something's not worked out, but we've got to realise there's better times ahead. Hold fire on that one. Removing any blockages. Three of Wands in the reverse. Wands, fire, action. So you're the chap there, turned your back on the past, about to take your first steps out into the great unknown. It's in the reverse position. It's got a little bit of an air of, with those advice cards, maybe not pushing, either not walking away from the situation, actually going ahead with this. We'll see in the next spread. And kind of not, how do I put this? Because I don't like to tell people to wait around. I really, really don't. Right, so let's try and pull this together. So I feel like this decision would mean upsetting somebody in their masculine energy, but it's going to bring a fight to an end of some sort. Now, they're not going to take any action, okay, and they're going to be stuck with the blinkers on, not seeing the situation as it is. And the situation as it is, in this situation, you're the emperor. Okay, you're the emperor. You're the one who's leading the charge. Okay. With the 5 of Pentacles in the reverse there, see, what's coming into my mind is I'm seeing an actual building turned upside down. Not, you know, buildings that be turned upside down. But I feel like it could indicate, well, it's one of two things. It's either the downfall of something, some kind of structure, or this other person, this other collective, whatever it is, they're going to realize that they're going to have to ask for some help. Okay, right. So let's go on spread 2 and see what's coming out, because that's a little bit of a tricky one to, I'm not gonna lie, it's a little tricky one to read. Right, so let's go on to choice A, choice B, path B, option B. Let's go. Let's have a look. Right, so we start off with the Page of Swords. Swords are where we think, words we use. Pages are more youthful energy, don't have the knowledge or experience of the kings and the queens, don't have the formation of knights, more about giving something a go. The Page of Swords is about blue sky thinking, thinking outside the box, being more creative and playful. 6 of Cups in the reverse, Cups, water, emotions, upright position. This is about balance, equal give and take. It's going to be too hard to see, but we've got one character giving you the cup of flowers. Reverse position, it's normally when one party is doing all the giving, one's doing all the taking. 3 of Swords in the reverse, swords are where we think, words we use. Upright position, we call this the heartbreak card for obvious reasons. Although it's the heartbreak card, it is swords, so it's often times the way with the stuff from the past that we're still holding on to. So it's about releasing that. Let's continue. Knight of Pentacles. Pentacles, earth, money, finance, non-financial wealth. That's what we're investing our time, effort, and notice in. So this knight's about an offer. He's coming forward and offering the pentacle. It could be in regard to you pushing forward with something, or it could be an external offer. Now, if it's an external offer of some sort, knight's offers are dodgy as hell. Okay, 1 time out of 10 they're good, 9 times out of 10 they're just not worth it. As I always say, when you're in your power and you know your worth and value, you're a king or a queen. Kings and queens do not accept offers from knights or pages. 2 of Pentacles in the reverse. So there's 1 of 3 ways that we can go with this. The first is we've got the sea in the background bobbing up and down with the boats on top. It's obviously juggling the pentacles. So it talks about things being a bit chaotic. Upright position, stay focused, push through, you'll get through. Reverse position, some of those plates are going to start dropping. The other way we can go is having a choice, making a choice. Way 3 is infinity loop, karmic cycle. Reverse position, breaking a karmic cycle. Right, overall outcome card. Strength. Can mean strength, can mean having too much pride on a situation. Let's get the advice cards out. Obstacles or blockages. 4 of Wands, Wands fire action. Okay, so we call this the 1111 card, make a wish. Talks about happy home, happy community, celebrations, etc., etc. I suppose, how far on that one? This one's really tricky to read, I'm not going to lie to you. Removing any blockages. I need some clarifiers. Knight of Cups, Cups, water, emotions, Knight's forward motion. This is about, you get, again, some kind of emotional offer coming forwards. I feel like it's about pushing forwards with something. Right, so we've got the Page of Wands there, blue sky thinking, thinking outside the box. There's going to be some kind of emotional imbalance there. Because it's almost like you're handing the cup over to somebody. Yes, it's going to allow you to release some mental. Let me get some clarified. This one's really hard to read, really hard. Right, so let's get a clarifier for path B, and then I'll just get the white deck again. Believe you me, this doesn't happen normally. It's normally quite clear cut. Right. To clarify for path A. Do I want to go for that one? No, don't want to go for that one. I'd rather pick it. Right, okay. Right, so path A is standing your ground. You're going to end up having to stand your ground against someone or something. Death card in the reverse for path B is about killing something off, ending something. Okay. Upright position, something normally happens out of our control, but allows us to do that. Reverse position, you're being asked to do a self-imposed death card. It can indicate resistance. I don't think it's resistance in this case. So path A, right. What I feel like now that we've got those there, I feel like if you go for path A, option A, I think that I was initially thinking that it's going to upset a King of Cups. I think that the narrative is going to be spun that you're an emotional manipulator, you're trying to manipulate something, and it's going to end some kind of fight. There's going to be no action from this person or people, and they're going to remain blindfolded. You are the emperor. And ultimately, I feel like they're going to end up left out in the cold and kind of needing some support. But you're being told to stand your ground if you go for that path. Path B is about freeing up the thinking. I'm going to say with that Six of Cups, pulling the emotional energy back so it's in your favour. Stop giving away too much, basically, and then releasing something from the past, pushing forwards in a new direction for yourself. And making a choice, and that's going to help you to find that strength. With the Four of Wands there, it feels a little bit like don't get into this headspace that this situation's ever going to end up happy for you. You're supposed to be going in a new direction. So we got there eventually. Kill off the idea of doing path A or option A because option B is the better. For me, it feels a little bit like either going in this direction or not taking some kind of action. So there you go. If you want a choose your fate reading, I promise you they're normally a lot clearer than that. Go and watch the other content. You can find all my backlog of content on my YT, by the way. It's all in playlist. So there you go. Good luck. Yeah, I'd go for option B. Ta-ta.